pleasant.
Never dismay.
He's seldom flustered.
Rarely afraid.
I'll show you numbers that should be displayed. He's a hero and one guy. Here's Dirk.
Aha! There you are, you mathematical wizards. Waiting for another stirring adventure with the world's foremost number cruncher, are you? Well, as today's episode, titled Go West Young Mathematician, begins, Lieutenant Dirk Niblick was relaxing at home.
I love juggling. It involves mathematics and couples it with dexterity.
Suddenly, Dirk's solitude was pierced by the jangle of the telephone bell. I wonder who it could be.
So do I. Only one good way to find out. Whoops! Lieutenant Dirk Niblick of the Math Brigade. Oh, hello, Mother. Of course you're not interrupting me. I was just juggling my books. You what? You have a problem. Aha, the light is burned out in your bedroom and it's pitch dark in there. So? You can't see your socks in front of your face. Oh, I see. You have a drawer full of 100 socks. 50 of them are maize and 50 of them are blue. And you can't figure out how to get a matching pair. And your feet are getting cold. Well, I'm not surprised. You want to know how many socks you would have to pull out of the drawer to make certain you have a matched pair. There are 100 socks, 50 are maize and 50 are blue. How many do you think you would have to take out of the drawer to make sure you had 2 of the same color? Mommy dearest, I'll have to ask you to hold on. Mothers are so cute when they talk cranky. Hello, who are you?
I'm a tough Annie Oakley type. Name's Ethel Nails. I need some mathematical help, and I heard you was the fellow who could lend it.
What seems to be the problem?
Well, I bought some land from an hombre, and I'd like you to take a gander at it.
I'd be glad to.
Mount up.
You mean get on top of this horse?
Well, that's the best way I've found to ride him so far.
Where is this land?
Montana. Last one there is a notary Sojak.
Well, boys and girls, it looks like Dirk is off on one of the biggest adventures of his life.
Oh, this horse is hard.
You stop your whining. And you stop your whinnying.
After miles and miles of hard riding, Dirk and Ethel arrived at maybe not Montana.
So, what do you think?
I think I left my mother on hold.
I bought a lot.
A lot of what?
I bought a piece of land to build my dream house on. It's 10,000 square meters.
10,000 square meters. Oh, that's a nice chunk of earth.
I assumed it was 100 meters by 100 meters.
So what's the problem?
I didn't get 10,000 square meters. Look at what he sold me.
I see.
What should I do?
Build a very long, skinny dream house.
Boy, I'd like to talk to the man who chiseled me out of my moolah.
The man who what?
Cheated me out of my money. Oh, there's the man!
Did you sell this woman 10,000 square meters of land, Mr. Trump?
I certainly did, and I'd be happy to do the same to you.
10,000 square meters of land, 100 meters by 100 meters. That's what she thought she was getting.
Oh, she was mistaken.
Misshapen? Why, I ought to deck you flat.
Hey, put me down!
Mr. Trump, that lot is not 100 by 100.
No, it's not. I sold her a lot that's 10 meters wide and 1,000 meters long. Well, sorry, folks, I got a mosey. I'm about to sell my land office.
Doing land office business, are you? Ms. Nails, I'm afraid he's right. He did sell you 10,000 square meters of land, just like he said.
But that land is worthless. How can anybody do anything with land that is 10 meters by 1,000 meters?
Did he sell any more land like that?
He sold me one of them.
I bought one.
I put my whole retirement pension on one.
I've been swindled.
How many of you are there who purchased land?
10 of us.
10 people, eh?
And we're mad as heck, and we're not gonna take it anymore.
I have an idea that could make your land valuable.
So, Dirk has an idea, does he? We'll find out what it is in just a minute or so. See if you have an idea as to how their land can be made usable.
Bureau of Missing Numbers, Terry Ryan speaking. Yes, is this the proper place to report a missing number? What number's missing? Ah, number 14. That 14's a pesky little Dickens. It's turned up missing before, so I remember a little bit about it. Well, let's see. For one thing, it is not a square number. No, that's right. No whole number multiplied by itself will ever give you 14. I'm telling you, it is not square no matter what you may have heard in song or verse. Let's see what else we know. Yes, it is a multiple of 2. 2 times 7 equals 14. This is all really great information. Now, is there anything that you might remember about this number? Let's see. No, that's right. It is not a prime number. It has more than 2 factors. Yes. Let's see what else we can find out. Aha. 14 is one more than a prime number. 13 is prime. Rest assured that I will go to every corner of this earth to find that missing little number 14, or my name is not. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Terry Ryan was off on a search for the missing number 14. A search that could have taken her from the dens of Hong Kong to the high life of the French Riviera. But it didn't. In a moment, the results of that search. This missing number 14 was found at a football game on the back of a wide receiver's jersey. It was returned to its rightful place in numberdom between the 13 and the 15. And so Terry Ryan stamped closed on another missing number file.
All right, Math Brigaders, have you figured out how to make these 10,000 square meter lots usable? I have to admit that I can't figure out what Dirk has in mind. But then I didn't get to go to school when I was your age. I had to work bringing in the sheaves. Let's see what Dirk is up to.
Oh, dag nabbit, I got something in my eye and it smarts.
Then take a look at your lot. It's a sight for sore eyes.
Well, what you got in mind, Niblick? I want to get back to my condo, because in a few minutes it's almost time for Square One TV. A little plug.
Don't worry, Ethel. This won't take long.
Hey, what's the meaning of this? I sold each of these people 10,000 square meters of land, and they got no kick coming.
Oh, says you.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that.
We can't build anything on a
Get a
10-foot
rope.
wide lot.
Rope.
What the heck?
Well, sticks and stones can break my bones.
Enough. Here's my plan. There are 10 of you who each own 10,000 square meters of land, right?
That's right.
How much land do you own if you add it up?
Well, there are 10 of us, each with 10,000 square meters. 10 times 10 is 100. 100,000 square meters. Well, so what?
What if we put it all together
Yes?
and redistribute it like this?
Oh, no, you don't. I won't allow it.
Hey, that works. We each still have 10,000 square meters of land. But now...
But now it's 100 meters by 100 meters. It's land that you can use.
We love mathematics.
And as for you, I am Trump. You have nothing to say about this because you don't own the land, remember?
Don't rub it in. I sold them the land in those dimensions so they couldn't build on it.
But why?
Hey, why not?
And so, once again, Dirk Niblick has put good old common sense and know-how to work.
Hello, Mommy dearest. Did you figure out how many socks you would have to take out of the drawer in order to get a matched pair if you had 50 maize socks and 50 blue socks? 2? No, that's not right. The answer is 3, Mommy dearest. If you pick 2 and 1 is maize and the other blue, the third sock you pick has to be maize or blue. So that's why you need 3 to be sure of a pair. You still say 2? Oh, I see. You had the building super put a new light bulb in the socket, turned it on, and just reached in and got 2 that matched. You're a pretty resourceful mom, Mom. What's that? I couldn't have said it better myself.
Thank you, Lieutenant Dirk Niblick. Thank you from the bottom of our socks.
Mathman?
That's right.
About 3/8 of the show is behind us. About how much of the show do you think is ahead of us?
Mathman.
Oh. Will you get on with it?
Don't rush me.
Oh, no.
Mathman, 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 Mathman.
The story you are about to see is a fib, but it's short. The names are made up, but the problems are real.
It was Tuesday, 9:43 a.m., and traffic in the western part of the city was at a standstill as people drove to Beverly Hills to see the Rhinestone Cowboys on Rodeo Drive. I was working the day watch out of Mathnet. The boss is Thad Green. My partner is George Frankley. My name is Monday. I'm a mathematician. Crime-wise, Monday had been rather quiet, but noise-wise, it hadn't. One of my partner's favorite television shows had been canceled, and George was irate-wise. We decided to recap the day.
They canceled the Mike Flyers show.
Mike Pliers was the star of a very popular local kids show on television, and his show had been taken off the air. George was so upset, he asked Mike to come to the office to see if we could be of any assistance. Mike brought Jerry Lynn, president of his fan club.
What reason did the station give you for canceling the show?
They said the ratings were too low.
The ratings were numbers which measured how many people watch television and which shows they watch. Apparently, they had stopped watching Mike Pliers.
Who cares how many people watch? We were watching and we loved it. And we even learned from it.
Me too.
Companies who advertise on the station care. They want as many people as possible to watch the commercials. When the ratings go down, fewer people are watching, and advertisers look for another show with higher ratings.
Uh-huh. Like the vicious Vinnie Vermin show.
We explained to Jerry Lynn and Mike Pliers about sampling, the mathematical process which allows you to use a small selection of people to represent a greater number of people to find out habits and trends and facts. In our case, sampling is used to estimate how many people watch a particular TV show.
You mean 1,000 viewers can tell the stations what shows 13 million people want to see?
No. They can tell you which shows people are watching.
Jerry thought about it and...
It's not fair.
Fair or not, the Mike Pliers show was off the LA airwaves.
Morning, George. Spill something on your tie?
Thanks. I already did. Good morning, Kate.
George, I watched that other kid's show on TV last night, the Vicious Vinny show.
What did you think?
Pretty bad.
Bad? When it's good, it's bad, and it's never good. It's disgusting.
I really feel sorry for Mike Pliers and for Jerry Lynn.
So do I, Kate. And I'm not through with this fight yet.
Oh?
I called the Hoover Company. The guys who do the ratings.
Uh-huh.
Jerry Lynn made some interesting points about sampling yesterday. So I asked them if we could come over to their place and have a look-see.
And they said?
It's a very secret kind of company. Very security conscious and all. But they said... Mathnet. Mathnet, frankly. 10:30? Thanks. They said yes. We can talk to them at 10:30. I'm going to pick up Jerry Lynn. Want to come along?
Why not? Let's roll.
The Hoover Rating Service is an impressive and extremely security-conscious company located about a stone's throw from the LA Wash. We signed in and were given identification tags with our photos, birth dates, home addresses, and favorite flavor of ice cream. We marched, lockstep, onward to meet a representative of the company. A Mr. Well worth watching.
It's nice of you to invite us over here, Mr. Watching.
Oh, charmed, I'm sure. Call me Wellworth.
As I told you on the phone, Mr. Watching, we're with Mathnet.
Attached to LAPD?
Oh.
We're mathematicians.
Have you ever been on television?
No, but...
I have. I was excruciatingly wonderful. Now, what can I do for you?
You can tell us what happened to the best television show in Los Angeles.
I was canceled.
My partner means the Mike Pliers show.
That's the ticket. He had a wonderful program.
And you are?
President of the Mike Pliers fan club.
Oh, I see. Well, then you should know. His numbers went sour.
Sir?
The bottom fell out of his ratings. People got tired of him.
They did not?
Numbers don't lie.
But the show was so good.
Ratings say nothing about the quality of the program, young person. Only about the number of people who watch. If they had anything to do with quality, I'd still be on.
What was your show, Mr. Watching? Maybe I saw it.
It was called Add 'em Up.
Was that show where this nudnik stood in front of a blackboard for half an hour and added columns of figures?
Yes. Sometimes I hummed.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Well, it had a small but extremely loyal following.
I'm sure. Mr. Watching, we'd like you to explain to us how your sample works.
Walk this way. Many people wonder about it. That's why I've set up this permanent display to explain it to advertisers and their agencies. Here, as you can see, we have...
Flat marbles.
Oh, very good, young person. We'll call them flat marbles. Green and yellow. Yeah, would you please don this blindfold?
What the heck for?
I want you to take part in a sampling experiment.
Wellworth asked Jerry to count out 1,000 marbles. Because she was blindfolded, she couldn't see if they were green or yellow. Mr. Watching explained that after every experiment, the marbles were replaced and thoroughly mixed. When she finished, George counted the number that were green.
281, 282, 283, 284. 284 green ones.
And that means that the rest of the sample are yellow.
284 from 1,000 is 716.
Right. Now, let's pretend that all the flat marbles in the container represent people watching television. And they have 2 shows they can watch.
Why only 2? I can watch about 10 different shows at any one time.
It's just for purposes of the experiment. We could add more colors into the mix, but this will simplify the point. Now, you picked
284 green ones.
I counted them.
284 is 28.4% of the sample you picked. That means your rating of the green marbles is 28.4%. Now, look at this chart.
What is that?
A chart which shows the numbers from the last 20 people who did the experiment. Now, I kept track of how many green ones they picked in their sample of 1,000.
You like your work, do you, Wellworth?
Note where your sample falls.
284, about there.
Exactly.
There are a lot of different results.
Notice that they nearly all got between 270 and 330.
What about this one? It's about 250.
Well, that is an exception, where the number of green ones fell below the 270. But statistics tells us, in this case, that most of the time our estimate has only a small margin of error, about 3% of the sample size.
A sample of 1,000. 3% of 1,000 is 30.
So typically, the estimates are off by no more than 30 either way. 30 too big or 30 too small.
Yeah. Now, here is the plus or minus 30 range for each estimate.
Your graphic is very graphic.
Well, in fact, 30% of the marbles in the container are green. Now, 30% of 1,000
is 300.
And nearly everyone came within 30 of 300 in their estimate. Now, so did you. So you can see that sampling gives good estimates.
Yes, indeed.
So my 1,000 marbles is a sample of the huge number of marbles in the container.
Exactly. And that's precisely how we measure TV ratings.
Well, I certainly hope you don't lose your marbles.
There are 13 million people in the greater Los Angeles area.
And they all shop at my mall on Saturday.
Yeah. They live in what we call TV households.
Is that the new condominium complex in Agoura?
There are millions of TV households, and we sample them carefully, just as you did the marbles, and estimate what the entire group is watching.
How many people are there in your sample?
450.
So 450 people can indicate what 13 million people are watching?
Yes, with an average accuracy of about 3% either way in the ratings.
That's a mind blower.
Any other questions, Jerry?
Just one.
Uh-huh.
Why did they take Mike Pliers off the air?
Wellworth, I'd like to talk to you. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were busy.
Oh, Mr. Hoover. I was just showing Ms. Monday, Mr. Franklin, our sampling techniques. Would you like me to?
No. That's all right.
These folks are from Mathnet.
Oh? Mathnet? Yes. Heard of you. You do very good work. Carry on.
Who was that masked man?
Well, that was Mr. Hoover. Yeah, he's very security conscious. Well, then, what else can I tell you about our rating service?
Do the people who make up your sample know that they're part of it?
Oh, yes. Each of our sample households has a special tamper-resistant electronic box attached to the television sets, which records which channel the set is tuned into, and that information is stored in our computers.
That's a great deal of very important information.
Very important information. Decisions based on our ratings go into the hundreds of millions of dollars in the advertising and marketing of products. That's why our security is so insecure.
This has been most interesting, Mr. Watching. Thank you.
Well, the number of people watching a television show is only one of the many things we can estimate, of course. We can tell you who is watching by age, race, socioeconomic levels, education, many, many things. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have another meeting. But here is some more information about our services that you might find interesting, Mr. Franklin. Don't forget to turn your passes in to the guard at the gate. Otherwise...
Boy, the Hoover Company sure can tell you a lot about the television audience.
Mathnet Monday. Oh? Oh, yes, sir, I see. Yes, of course, sir. Where do you suggest? Very well. In 1 hour.
You know how many kids between the ages of 2 and 5 watch The Tonight Show?
George, that was Mr. Hoover.
From the Hoover Rating Service?
The same. He wants to have a secret meeting.
Secret meeting?
Someone broke into his computer system. He thinks the ratings might have been tampered with.
"100% of Square One TV is a production of the Children's Television Workshop. This program was made possible by grants from the National Science Foundation, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation, the U.S. Department of Education, and the Carnegie Corporation of New York.
On the next infinite voyage, the dinosaurs. New